Hi folks, the Filipina Pea here, and today I'm gonna have a casual chat about some of the things I get asked all the time, as well as my plans to travel to Thailand. Yes guys, I'm traveling to Thailand. I'm counting on you who live in Thailand or have been there before to give me some good pointers for my upcoming trip, like places to stay and things to see. There's a lot of stuff going on right now, and I can't wait to share the next chapter of my adventures with you. So before we get to the good stuff, let me answer a few of your most frequently asked questions about me and my channel. First, a lot of you new subscribers ask me about my background and why I can speak English the way I do. But instead of going over it again, I'll put a link in the description box of this video, which answers all those questions and more. The part about my background is pretty much right at the beginning, so you don't even have to watch the whole thing if you don't want to. So please check out this video, okay? All right, and speaking of language, one person asked me a question last week that kind of surprised me because it never really occurred to me before. They asked what language I think in, and the answer is that I think in my native language, which is Waray. So when I'm interviewing someone around here who speaks Bisaya or Tagalog, I have to first think of the question I want to ask them in Waray, then translate it into Bisaya for them, and then translate their answer into English for you guys, and hope that nothing gets lost in translation. The weird thing is, when I dream, the people in my dream are always speaking in English. So when I wake up and remember what happened in the dream, it's every word of it is in English, and I have no clue why that is, and it kind of freaks me out sometimes. As for my channel, some people want to know what equipment I'm currently using, and you might be surprised to know that it really isn't all that much. I use my cell phone as a camera, a regular old laptop, and two box lights that I use on cloudy days, especially when I'm filming indoors. But today I'm here outside because it's a lovely sunny day today. And as for the audio, the mics I use are Sabine Tech wireless mics, and I also have a set of Rode mics as a backup because audio is always the biggest problem here. You'd think the video would be harder to get right, but it's definitely the audio, especially during interviews. And the Philippines, everyone's noisy and it's kind of windy. The jeeps and the motorbikes, like the brum, so it is really hard. So you always have when it comes to interviews. All right, so when I'm doing interviews, you always have one person with a soft voice. I think most Filipinos are soft-spoken. If you can remember Angel, one of the girls I interviewed before, she's a soft-spoken girl, and I'm always saying to her, like, cut, cut, cut. Angel, you have to speak up a little bit. And she'll talk louder for a minute or two, and then I have to stop her again because sometimes she reverts back to speaking softly, because most of us do that. Or also, you have one person that shouts into the microphone, and if you don't have a separate mic for every person, there's no easy way to adjust the volume. And for some reason, wireless mics go bad all of a sudden. I don't know why. I take care of them. They break way too often. I probably spent more on mics than anything else for my setup. But altogether, guys, my whole setup probably cost less than $1,000 US. And when I started my very first video, as you can remember, guys, there's a little bit of echo because I was only using the microphone of my phone. So I invested in microphones because a quality video means quality audio. As far as editing software, I use the free version of Shotcut if I'm doing something outside the studio. And if I'm using the green screening, I have this editing software called DaVinci Resolve, and it is for free as well, guys. You know me, I'm very frugal. I'm fine with free stuff. But you can download both of those at no cost. And there's no monthly service fees either, which is great. I'm also surprised, and I guess flattered, that a lot of you ask me who does my editing or if I have a team of people helping me produce my videos. I sure wish I did because that would make my life so much easier. But alas, it's just me doing the editing. I've never had any previous experience doing it. And the first video I ever edited was the first video on my channel. I wasn't really a techie person, it's all self-taught. And to tell you the truth, my brothers were better than me when it comes to editing. I think it's because of their social media and then their TikTok accounts and stuff like that. But I'm happy that you think I have a background in video production, but I just kind of taught myself by hands-on doing it, especially YouTube tutorials. My videos really don't have that professional polished look like some bigger channels, but I try to get the most out of the tools I got. All you have to do is be creative and just, if it's your passion and you enjoy what you're doing, I think it translates to the results of your creation. Another question I get all the time is about my funny endings and skits and the costumes I use. You want to know why I apparently have so many different ones hanging in my closet? But before your minds run wild, it's not some kinky collection for some personal use. Although, maybe in the future, at least I have them. I always want to be handy. I buy most of them online, and what I usually do is I see which ones are available, and then I try to write a funny ending around the costume. But almost half the time it's you folks who request a certain costume, and then I try to find the right outfit for it, and if I can't, I just make it myself. And yes, guys, I sew. I know how to sew. When I was in 5th grade, we were taught how to sew, to cook, to clean, and even farm. We have that subject in elementary, homemaking skills. As most of my patrons know, I'm always thinking up new outros. I've got Catwoman coming up, so this is good. This is gonna be fun, so you better stay tuned. But I appreciate all the suggestions I've gotten from my viewers, like when you guys suggested the Jeannie and Marianne outfits. If there's one that you wanted to see in the future, I'm always open to suggestions. Just post it and I'll try to do whatever it gets the most votes or sounds like the most fun. And it's the same thing when it comes to video topics. I've made over 220 videos, more or less. And I still have a list of literally hundreds of ideas for content, the content I want to produce. But when one of you guys suggests something good, I try to stick it into the lineup. So, guys, if there's anything you want me to do, just say so, and I'll try my best to make a video about it. I'm flexible, or so I've been told anyway. Okay, I don't know why people ask me about this, but recently I've gotten questions about what I do in my free time. Well, the truth is, I have no free time. As soon as I post one video, within hours, I have to start working on the next one. So really the only spare time I get is on Sundays, when I take a few hours off just for myself. And it's my me time. So what I do during Sundays, I play with my cats. I usually either watch old movies or play video games. Yes, guys, for those of you that don't know, I love video games. Currently, I'm obsessed with a game called Subnautica because I love the movie Waterworld, and this game is all about surviving. You crash landed in an alien water world planet and you have to scavenge and build stuff. I really love it. There are 2 Subnauticas, and I think the first one is Subnautica and the other one is Subnautica Below Zero, which is a frozen planet. I think it's cool, guys. You gotta check it out. But I probably spent the most time lately on Minecraft on PS4. Yes. I played it so much that I've got the voices of the villagers stuck in my head, and even before going to bed, I hear these voices like, aha, aha, like Eureka, like, aha. I'm doing trading a lot, so I know I can hear them in my head. It's like, oh my god, am I going crazy? There are voices in my head like, hmm. Yeah, I know. I'm kind of weird sometimes. But guys, I play I play it for stress relief. But my problem lately is that I have way much more stress than I have time to relieve it. But maybe soon that'll change because I'm planning this expedition to Thailand. Yay! I'm not exactly sure when I'll be going, but I know it'll be soon. I plan on staying there at least a few weeks. And if I really like it, who knows? I might go back for a longer stay. So, why in the world am I going to Thailand? Well, I've been thinking about it a lot lately, and there's really no reason for me not to go. I've been there before, years ago, and I really liked it. But I wasn't there long enough to get a good feel for the place, you know? I've heard a lot of foreigners say, I even interviewed some of them on my channel, that Thailand wins in a lot of categories like infrastructure, the cost of rent, the quality of food, except that the Philippines uses English, which makes it easier to assimilate. And a lot of times, it's the reason you guys choose to come here in the Philippines because you want to meet that special someone. Well, I'm not here in the Philippines to meet a Filipina, so why not check out the place with all those other advantages, right? Well, from here, a ticket to Thailand is only about 130 US dollars, so it's something I can afford. And it's only a 3-hour flight, if I'm not mistaken, which is half the time it takes me to go to Cebu on a bus. So distance isn't an issue either. And the good thing about being a Filipina is that I don't need a visa to go to Thailand, and there's not a lot of paperwork I have to mess with. So, other than my cats and getting my parents' house finished, there's really nothing tying me down. I guess I'm a digital nomad, so why not take advantage of that while I can, right? Plus, I think that's the good thing, not having a house and a car or earthly possessions, so I can just be I can go anywhere I want to go. But just like you guys, the biggest disadvantage for me will be the language. Although Thais and Filipinos might look alike to you, we have a completely different language, and I won't be able to communicate with them any better than you can. Thais think that I'm one of them, and they start talking to me like I understand them, but I'm just as clueless as you are. So I think this should be fun. Filipino dialects all use the same letters that English does. And actually, guys, some of our words are related to yours. That's why it's easier for us to learn English. But as you probably know, the Thai alphabet looks like Egyptian hieroglyphics, with a lot of swirly things. So I might not even know which bathroom to use, which might be funny too. I can still shoot my videos while I'm there, so I figured I just go look around long enough to see what's really like and give you guys my report. It might be very interesting to hear a Filipina's perspective on all the differences and similarities and what's better and what's worse. So for all you folks that might have suggestions about the things I need to be aware of, or things I should do, or cities I need to visit, or topics I need to cover while I'm there, please let me know in the comment section below, because I'm looking forward to seeing what you have to say, especially the funny stuff you're going to suggest. So that's the update on my future plans, and of course, I'll be back on Tuesday with something I bet you might not know about. Till then, folks.
matter what you do to me, Blabba, you'll never make me turn my back on my Western viewers. I always tell them the truth about the Philippines. The good, the bad, and the ugly. Oh. Okay guys, everything I've been telling you is a lie. Things are just perfect here in the Philippines. So Blabba, is that thing for real? Or you're just yanking my chain?